Hey guys, CBB back here with another SPL game of myself. This time it's week 2 against Steve Angelo. Um, for this week I brought a balanced team instead of full stall with Mew. I thought Mew would do really well against his usual stuff. He loves his sand. I didn't really expect him to bring sand twice in a row, but well, he did it, and Mew should still do well regardless. Anyway, his team actually had two things I really didn't want to see, those being Excadrill and Spikes. Skarmory is kind of annoying, but it's really not that big of a deal. Dynasty really shuts down Mew if I can't get rid of it, so that's annoying too, but overall I think Mew and Mega Latias should do extremely well against his team. So yeah, let's get into it. I lead off with Ferrothorn because the worst he can do is lead Keldeo and Secret Sword, and it catches the Dynasty lead. I go straight for the Protect on the Secret Sword just to scout his move, and then oh my god, this is too fast. Fuck you, Blunder. Why'd you tell me to make it normal? Anyway, he doubles to Tyranitar, which is a nice move because I was definitely switching out. I go to Mew though, and when you think about it, switching that straight into Ferrothorn was like really risky. Like I think if he made the double switch, he probably just should have gone straight to Dynasty to get the Mega Evolution as soon as possible. Yes, he gets Stealth Rock here, but now this Mew is kind of an issue, and I guess this was the right move if he expected Clef, but he had like two good Clef counters. And like I said, this Mew is way too dangerous to give it any free turns. Yes, if I Gyro Balled the Kelly or Power Whipped it, Dynasty would just pretty much die, but I don't know. I still think if he doubled, he should have just doubled straight to Dynasty and get that Mega Evolved ASAP. Anyway, my Mew is in on Tyranitar. He's probably support Tyranitar in my mind, which is correct, so I just go for the Will-O-Wisp here because he can't really do anything, and I don't care if he gets rocks up because my okay, now it's too slow. I hate these settings. Is there like an in-between before normal and slow? I hate this. But yeah, I burn the Tyranitar and I just go for the most obvious second Wisp Riser again because I don't lose anything, and he makes the play. It goes straight to Dynasty, so that's kind of a huge fuck up from him. Like, no offense, but that was like super obvious. I can't say I would have done the same. Then again, he doesn't really have many great ways to deal with me. I just think letting Skarmory get burned and then going Dynasty on Taunt or something would have been a lot better. Here I make a stupid play because I'm an idiot and go for Softball for getting the Dynasty slower. It doesn't matter though because Moonblast does absolutely nothing. So yeah, two of his key Pokemon I burned, which is nice. I don't really care about T-Tar, but Dynasty is really annoying. Yeah, there I noticed how stupid I am. So I just go for the Softball here now, which I guess I could have knocked off last turn, but it really didn't make that big of a difference. I actually stay in on this kill, A to scout and move, B to not let my Lottie get burned because it's like a key mon in this matchup, and I was actually hoping for him to burn me because he minds to burn a lot more than I do, so I'm definitely fine with getting burnt here. In fact, I'm pretty sure I was chanting burn, 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 burn while he was going for that skull, so that worked out well for me. Now half his team is burned and my Mew's burned, which are both fine with me. I actually do go to Clef here because it takes 2 Spec Skulls, no problem. And like it's not like an instant threat, but it's not something you can just ignore, especially since I have Flamethrower, which means Amoonguss isn't a counter, Excadrill doesn't really want to deal with it on the switch, Skarmory isn't a counter, but yeah, I'm kind of forced to heal up. He exploits it with Excadrill, and at this point I see he's not Air Balloon, which means he's most likely Lifer, which is way worse for my team, but I think I'm in a fine position here. I go straight to my Latias because I collected and Ironhead only does like 50 to Mega Latias, so I can roost stall that pretty easily. He actually predicts me to go to Ferrothorn and go straight for the Earthquake, or Keldeo even, which is totally fine with me. I just go for the safe move here and Mega Evolve and Ice Beam because nothing really wants to deal with that, especially support Tyranitar, which can't touch me. I do a huge chunk of damage to his Dynasty, and now this is a move where everyone is like, why'd you risk that? Why'd you do that? Turn 12, I eat the Moonblast and I retaliate with a kill. So my thought process was, I'm max speed Latias, complete max speed. My thought process was his team looks rather weak to Ferrothorn because nothing really wants to deal with it. I guess Amoonguss can, but I later found out that didn't have HP Fire either, so not really. Skarmory is, I guess, getting up spikes against Ferrothorn, but that's not really doing anything. Like, Ferro is just gonna heal up on your whole team with Leech Seed. So my thought process was, okay, if he's HP Fire, I just kill this. If he's not HP Fire, he still has to win the speed tie, and I have a 50% chance to just kill him, so... And even if, if he's not HP Fire and wins the speed tie, I still live, so that's fine with me. And as long as I kill this, he can't really go to anything. His Keldeo is revealed to be Specs because of the damage he did. Support Tyranitar is just gonna get walled. Same for Skarmory. I guess he could have gone Amoonguss at first, like a 50-50 between Spore and Sludge Bomb. Because if I Reflect type on Spore, that's useless. If I heal up on Sludge Bomb, that's useless. But generally, it forces him to go to his Excadrill. Now, I said Excadrill the threat, so why would I want it out? Well, pretty easily, because I can just like heal up on that, force it to take life orb damage, and then land like an Ice Beam or even Reflect type and just win from there, because nothing is gonna touch me with Excadrill's typing if I Reflect type that. So yeah, I basically wanted him to switch in his biggest offensive threat, so I took this risk. Because like I said, I just need that Excadrill weak because nothing else on his team really threatens me, especially now that Keldeo is burned. It can't deal with Heatran at all, and like the rest can't deal with Heatran anyway. So yeah, I eat the Moonblast, I kill the Diancie in return, and like I said, now he's kind of forced to go into Excadrill, but because he outsped me, I assume he thought I was slower and just went to Keldeo, which I'm just gonna kill at this point. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna try to heal up or anything. I'm just gonna die to 2 Specs Ice Wins. So yeah, I just T-Balled there. He thought I was way slower, which I would never do. So now he's forced to his Excadrill. I just roost here to scout like the damage he does, and he actually doesn't do as much as Adamant would do. So that's Jolly Life Orb Excadrill, which is probably better for me. But even if it was Adamant, it did a lot more. That just meant my max speed Heatran outsped it outside of Sand, so that would be fine too. Anyway, my goal here is to get above 76% after Roost. So Iron Head into Reflect type. Iron Head doesn't kill me. Unfortunately, he gets the crit on the 3rd try. That really blows, because if I got that Reflect type, I just won. If I got Ice Beam damage, I would have a lot easier game. But yeah, anyway, Latias is dead. I go to my Keldeo. No point risking anything or predicting anything, so I just go for the safe Scald here. And I'm pretty sure I do get the burn, which doesn't make that big of a difference, because burned or not, Keldeo is not going to beat this. Yeah, so still Keldeo is like a huge threat to this team, and if I kill that, I pretty much just win. I go to Ferrothorn here because there's really nothing he can do. Even HP Fire doesn't do that much. He actually predicts that and switches back out to his Tyranitar. That's a nice move, and at this point I'm like a little bit worried that he might have Fire Blast, so I switch out, and he actually does have Fire Blast, so that was a good move on his part, but I wasn't gonna risk that, especially when I have Clef, which totally cut blocks this Tyranitar, even if he had like T-Wave, which he doesn't since he has Fire Blast. The last one was a probably Pursuit and Stone Edge. So this Clef is actually kind of annoying to his team. He goes straight to a Skarmory, which probably walls me even with one comment. Well, it doesn't wall me, but it like, yeah, unless I burn, I'm probably not gonna beat it, especially if it has Iron Head. I just Flamethrower trying to catch the Excadrill, but he just goes to Skarmory, which is the safe move and I guess the right move too. That's like fine with me though. I just go to Heatran here because I doubt he was gonna Whirlwind. I just thought he'd Roost, but he spikes, which works just as well. And now he's in a really bad spot because his Tyranitar, it can come in, but it's just gonna get worn down because it can't do anything with Stone Edge Pursuit as last 2 moves, so he just stays in here, takes a Lava Plume, which doesn't kill. He's at really low health, but he's alive, so like that's fine with him, I think. Especially since the Spikes still throw gonna weird on Heatran, my only ground resist is long gone. I go back to Keldeo and here double switch to. Oh no, I don't double switch here. My bad. Please forgive me. I Secret Sword into the Amoonguss. Which doesn't really do anything, but again, I didn't want to risk anything. I didn't have to risk anything, so I'm not gonna make flashy plays when I don't have to. So I go to Ferrothorn here again because it still was Amoonguss, and like I said, in the end he didn't have HP Fire anyways, so that was fine regardless. He actually doubles back to Skarmory, which is another good move, and he can just easily Roost up here if he so desires, which is a little bit annoying, but I'll manage. I just leash seed here, and he actually whirlwinds, which I guess tried to catch the Heatran, which is fine. But I didn't go for that, so that kind of sucks for him. Because now Skarmory is like in this stupid predicament again. And now with the leash seed out, I just went to Kelly, and now I'm gonna double to Heatran to both cover the Skarmory staying in, because like even if he clicks Whirlwind, okay, whatever, I don't need to that full, but also covering the switch to Amoonguss, which is actually what ends up happening. Yeah, so that was nice for me, because like I said, this Heatran he can't really switch into it. Here I go for the safe taunt, because I knew Amoonguss could live it, and I really didn't want to get spored because it would be terrible. I predict him, he goes for the spore, so now he can't switch into this at all. Like, he has Tyranitar, which is probably his best bet. Just, you know, get sent up, get Excadrill back in, and try to do something. But yeah, I just go for the Lava Plume now, because oh no, I go for Stealth Rocks to kill the Skarmory, or at least let it not switch into Ferrothorn anymore if he tries to do that. He goes to his Tyranitar. This Lava Plume does fucking nothing, but like he doesn't do anything back either. This Stone Edge does 17. So this Heatran is just chilling, and I don't need health on Heatran. I need like a little bit more to, like, as long as I can switch into hazards, I don't really care how much this Tyranitar is at. But at the same time, I really didn't want this to take any more damage than it had to, and this Tyranitar is dead anyway. So at this point I switch out to Clef, because he has like one Clef counter, one Clef Revenge Killer, and one Clef check, so Clef is a lot less useful than Heatran. He Stone Edges again, gets a crit, which doesn't matter one bit, because he's just gonna go to Excadrill and Iron Head, but yeah, on the off chance that he like tries to set up and sweep that way, I'm just gonna click Flamethrower here. That's the thing about Heatran. Like I couldn't stay in, because if he like sends an extra, it's kind of a 50-50. I can't like risk losing Heatran, but I also can't risk him Sword Stancing on the switch. Clef, I don't really care either way, so I just like let that go. And now I go to Ferrothorn, and he can't really deal with it either. Skarmory's too low. Amoonguss can't touch me, and so I just go for the Gyro Ball, which is perfect because he stays in, and as long as this dies, I pretty much just win, and there's nothing he can do. So at this point I just let Ferrothorn die, and like his Excadrill dies to rocks. There's really nothing for him to do here. I just send out Keldeo, which is gonna get outsped and killed, and that's gonna be the game, because Heatran just beats his last two. There's the Earthquake, Keldeo dies, Excadrill dies to Life Orb, and yeah, that's gonna be the game, because now Heatran wins, and Mew would have won at that point as well. So I should stop saying so much, but it's hard, guys. Like it's pretty fucking hard when you're not used to like actually commentating these games, especially in a serious setting. That's why it's like easier to do Hita Faida, because I can just do stupid shit all the time. But I want to be like a little bit professional. At least that Giga Drain did 4. I taunt him so he can't spore me, and now I just Lava Plume 3 times, and the game is over. So yeah, that's like not the most interesting end game, but like I said, I don't really need to make flashy plays in this matchup, especially when Dynasty died. There was no need for me to risk anything, so I really didn't do that. And yeah, I think I picked a pretty good matchup. Like, the Mew actually did what it was supposed to. It pretty much murdered half his team, which is great. Heatran did a lot more work than I thought it would, but Mega Lati would have put in a lot of work too. And at this point he just forfeits, because there's a 3% Skarmory, and yeah, the game was lost as long as I could kill Excadrill. So yeah, that's gonna be week 2. Next up is gonna be me against Ben Gay from week 3, which was actually really interesting too, but for different reasons than me getting a good matchup. So I hope I can upload that soon, and I hope you guys enjoyed. As my friend Joey would say, I'm white and I want likes and I'm tired. But so if you enjoyed it, like drop a like, and peace.